Ooh, nice one. As a Scrum Master, what 3 books would I recommend you to understand product ownership better? Okay, well, I've got 2. I'm thinking of the 3rd. Let's start with those 2. Number 1, Strategize by Roman Pickler. Okay, it's a brilliant book. Roman is a phenomenon in the product ownership world. He really gets it. He's been there, he's done it, and he teaches amazing stuff. This book, Strategize, is a distillation of his many years of experience into how a product owner should do that day-to-day business. Okay, so they look at roadmaps, they look at product planning. What are the types of roadmaps we can use and when do we use them? It's a really great insight into product ownership. And that is in itself invaluable. But also, I want you to have a think about the value proposition canvas, okay, by Alex Osterwalder. This is a book that looks at part of the business model canvas, but diving into who the customer is, what are their real wants and needs and desires, and how can you or your product owner satisfy them. So broadly, the canvas is split into 2, the customer profile and the value map. The customer profile is where we're looking at what are the jobs that your customer is trying to get done, that particular customer. We create many customer profiles and value propositions as we go. But this customer that we're talking about today, what's the job they're trying to get done? Okay. The one that I often teach is you're creating an app for cinema booking and I'm your customer. Okay. But I'm your customer as a consultant out on the road. So what's the job I'm trying to get done by going to the cinema? Well, I'm trying to buy a ticket, I'm trying to find a film, I'm trying to find a cinema near me. I probably want to book a seat. I might want to spend a fortune on popcorn. But the thing that I'm actually trying to do is waste some time in an evening when I'm away from my family. I've got nowhere to work on, and I'm just stood there thinking, I've done Netflix, been in lockdown for 2 years, there's not a lot left there. I'll go watch a film. That's the job I'm actually trying to get done. And then we look at what are the pains that I experience today in getting that job done. Well, it's difficult booking. I have a friend with a strong Scottish accent. I love listening to him use the voice booking apps because it invariably doesn't know where he is. Hopefully my accent isn't too bad. It doesn't seem to be. But I have other issues. I can book in the wrong cinema. I've done that before. I can book in the wrong film at the wrong time. I've done that before. There's many things that annoy us before, during and after getting these jobs done. And then what are the gains? What am I hoping to get from it? Well, I'm going to want to, basically pass some time. But also I want to have a bit of fun. I want to be entertained in some way. Maybe I want to go and see a comedy or an action film. I'm not really one for horror films, but some people are. Great, good for them. Okay. But we're going to get through looking at these 3 areas a better picture of who that customer is, what they want out of it, and really what gets in their way. And then we switch over to the value map. We look at what are the products and services we can bundle together, and what are the features that we can bundle into those products and services to help us tackle those jobs to be done. Directly tackling the pains and gains. They're called pain relievers and gain creators for a reason. And what we're looking for is, can we satisfy enough of the pains while hitting enough of the gains and exceeding what people have today for somebody to consider this a compelling value proposition? The value proposition canvas wraps that all together very nicely. It's a brilliant tool for product owners, and it's one that I strongly recommend Scrum Masters get their head around to really support their product owner. And the last one, And all of that was really while my brain was working on the last one, user story mapping. And Jeff's surname has gone right out of my mind, and I'm sure it will pop back, but I won't be talking on a video when it does. So, user story mapping. Brilliant book that distills down the tool, user story mapping, the technique. Okay, what we're looking at is a very simple thing to understand how somebody is going to use your product. What are the steps they're going to go through? Why are they going to go through them? Okay, so we have goals, we have activities, and we have tasks. You know, what's the goal that you're trying to achieve? Why are they doing this thing? You know, it may be that they're searching for a film. Great. So the goal is search. What are they looking for? Well, they're searching by, they're searching for the film, or they're searching for the location. Well, great. Under that, we might have search by genre, search by age rating, search by review. These are all the tasks that we can do to search for the type of film, for the right film. Okay. Jeff's book, Jeff Patton, that was it. It did come back to me. Brilliant. Talks about this. It's a lovely technique to really go one step beyond that value proposition canvas and say, okay, we know what we want to build. It's lovely. This is how we're going to build it. This is the flow that a user would take through our product, and we can explore it. We can interrogate it. Does it make sense? Is it a nice flow? Those wonderful UX people can really get their teeth into something here and think, actually, how will this flow together? Does this order make sense, or does that order make sense? And as a team, you can really think about, how do we build this, and how do we tackle the problem? How do we break it down so that you can get something pretty simple out quickly to start getting real feedback, not only on individual parts of your product, but a coherent product for people to get using. So, it took me a minute to think of the third one, but there's 3 books for you. Strategised by Roman Pichler, Value Proposition Canvas by Alex Osterwalder, and User Story Mapping by Jeff Patton. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.